Hello, everybody. You already know what time it is. That was really cringy, but whatever. um, Jesus, Lord help. Whew, this deck. Okay, I haven't really used this deck in a while, and it's still pretty new. So it don't surprise me that it wants to behave like that. Some of you guys may be like really stubborn right now, okay? In regards to something. Because that was just the energy that I got from that deck. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle real quick. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these decks, but I might. I'm feeling kind of spicy today, so we'll see. We'll see what wants to come and play. Now I'm gonna need some glasses. Okay. And last but not least is our beautiful shadow deck. Okay. So what is gonna be I think this is gonna be the theme. This deck right here. This is one of my favorite decks. My brother bought me this for my birthday like 4 years ago. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a theme for the reading. I just want one, please. Ooh. I love this. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Good old boundary. Oops. Good old boundaries. At the bottom of the deck is share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, which with boundaries, we have to use our voice, right? Some of you guys may be a little hesitant to place boundaries. Some of you guys may be a little hesitant to use your voice to speak up for yourself, to advocate for yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this boundary book out of the I said that reverse. I'm going to read this boundary card out of the book. Okay, and it says, you are being called to create clearer boundaries in your life. This could be with your friends, family, or work. Saying yes when you really mean no leads to resentment, and yes, it does, because I've been there, which is the biggest energy drain ever. At first, it might only be a little bit and not feel like a big deal. But before you know it, your energy field becomes porous and you are left feeling depleted, resentful, or even taken advantage of. Saying no and having clear boundaries is actually a spiritual act. The most giving, loving, compassionate people are those with the clearest boundaries. For when they say yes, they are able to give unconditionally. Whew. When your boundaries are clear, others know where they stand, and you are able to give freely. If you are not clear where your boundaries lie, this causes confusion, resentment, and energetic cords to be planted. If you are saying yes when you really mean no, you are likely needing something yourself. Ask yourself, what part of me needs something from them? It could be a need for approval, a fear of being seen a certain way, or a fear of loss. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Your belly is the second brain. It has an intelligence known as your gut feeling. Tune into this space when deciding what is okay for you. How does it feel? What is it trying to communicate with you? I love that because we've been talking about connecting with the body lately. So the question is, where in your life do you need to establish better boundaries? And I want you guys to sit with that. Let it marinate for a moment, okay? Where do you need to establish better boundaries? I thought it was really interesting because before I shuffled, one of the cards that flipped over was, I think it was like the need and necessity card in here. So, you know, what do you need? What is it that you are needing from yourself, from other people? Now, if you don't know what it is that you actually need, you're going to cause a lot of confusion within yourself and within others around you. Excuse me, because you are not being clear about what it is that you need and what you want. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. So what can you tell me about this boundaries card? What can you tell me about our boundaries? We have the Ten of Sorrow, which is evacuation. So the Ten of Cups. I'm getting like this energy of escaping from our emotions, okay? Not allowing ourselves to sit with those emotions, communicating what we're feeling, okay? It's almost like this explosion of emotions just coming out. But again, the reason being is because we are not setting healthy boundaries within ourselves and with other people. And maybe we are setting boundaries, but we're not upholding those boundaries. Okay. And just like that card said, you know, when we don't put boundaries, we tend to become very resentful. And I feel that because I've been that way, to where I have given and given and given and given, and then just became super resentful towards the person, but not realizing or acknowledging that I wasn't placing boundaries and I wasn't upholding the boundaries that I did place. But look, we have the Two of Rage, the Two of Wands, fire escape. Again, like I said, we're trying to escape something here. We're not trying to acknowledge something. This is something emotional. This is something within. There's a lot of turmoil. You guys may be afraid to place boundaries. You may be afraid that people will leave you because of the boundaries that you're placing. But think about it. Just think about it, okay? If that is the case that you set boundaries and somebody decides to walk away, that is a gift. It may not seem like it, right? Because there may be heartache that's happening. There may be grief, sadness, disappointment, anger. But it is a gift for somebody to walk away from you when you are able to uphold boundaries, because those boundaries are for you. And that just tells you that those people did not have good intentions. Okay, so what else can you tell me? Okay, I keep hearing this. Some of you guys need to seek professional help, and that is okay. Sometimes we cannot do this on our own. Sometimes we need a little push. You know, we need a little help. Yes, we can be our own healers, but sometimes we do need somebody to mentor us, to guide us through this. We have the Ace of Decay, which is the Ace of Pentacles. We have bad seed. So this is telling me that we have planted a lot of, there's been a lot of negativity that's been planted, okay? And when this tends to happen, because this is a physical card, this is telling me that our subconscious mind is creating some sort of foundation that is not sturdy. It is not stable. It is eventually going to crack. Look at this person's face. You see, like, it kind of reminds me of like when you put paint on something and it starts to like chip away. That's kind of what happens. Okay, there's something here that is not stable, and it could just be the intentions that we've set. We have the Imp of Sorrow. I think this would be the Page of Sorrow. This is crocodile tears. So there's very immature energy here, okay? There's a lack of emotional intelligence here, which makes a lot of sense because we're trying to escape our emotions. We're trying to escape what we are feeling inside of here. Crocodile tears. What does that mean? It's almost like this victim mentality, right? It's like, it's false. It's not genuine and it's not real. We're trying to play the victim here. But how are you going to play the victim when you are allowing for certain things to happen? That is what we need to acknowledge, is how our behavior and our role in our life and the people that are involved in our life, how that affects us, how the role we play affects us emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. You can't keep playing the victim. You can't keep sitting here crying when you are not doing something about it, when you're not going in a different way about something. This is why I was feeling spicy. You know, and I don't mean this in a hurtful way, because trust me, I have been this person, and sometimes, hell, I am still this person. So I get it. I understand it. It takes a lot to get out of that victim mentality. I know it. Okay, I know. But if you want true change, you have to take different actions. You can't keep going down the same path and expecting for something to be different, because it will never be different. So we have the Five of Rage, which would be the Five of Wands, which is pyromaniac. And then we have the Tower, which is the end of times. I feel like, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Imp of Rage, which is temper tantrum. So I am feeling this energy of this inner turmoil that we're feeling. I feel like we are like literally like we're on the edge, like we're about to explode. Okay, very, very chaotic energy. It is about to like something's about to implode. Okay, but the reason being is because you keep escaping yourself. You are escaping yourself. You are escaping who you are. And there is no shame in being this way. Okay? As human beings, we have darkness within us. Every single one of us. If somebody tells you that they don't, that person is running away from themselves. You have to accept the darkness within you. You have to, or you will never get anywhere. And yes, it's hard. It's difficult. And it does bring up a lot of emotions. I feel like one of the biggest things that I've noticed, especially within my own journey, one of the biggest emotions that have came up for me is shame. Because, you know, it's like this energy of like, I shouldn't feel this way. But you do. And there's a reason why you do. And it's up to you to get to that root cause of the issue. There may be something, okay? There may be something that comes in that happens. And I feel like that's what's going to cause you guys to just explode, okay? May not be for all of you guys, but there is going to be something that happens that just makes you explode. It's going to make you want to escape. It's going to want to make you say, fuck this. But this is going to be an opportunity to heal, to look at something differently. Because after the Tower card is the Star. And the Star, to me, it's all about healing. It's all about coming into alignment. We have the Four of Decay, the Four of Pentacles, which is prisoner. This, whatever this is, it's holding you as a prisoner, okay? And it's putting you back into this cycle over and over and over and over again. And it's time to give it up. With this Eight of Decay, abandoned ship. So we're going to move on to the more nicer deck. And we're going to get some advice. What is some advice in regards to this message? Ooh, King of Cups, emotional mastery. This is an opportunity for you guys to master your emotions, to level up within your emotions, to become more emotionally mature, more emotionally intelligent. to accept these emotions that you are feeling. I know it can be scary. I know it. Okay, especially if you're somebody who is up here and you're disconnected from your body. I know that when you first connect back with your body, it's scary because all of these feelings start to flood in. But you have to let it happen. And like I said, for some of you guys, you are going to need help. You are going to need a therapist, a mentor, somebody who can guide you, somebody who can help you. For others of you, I do feel like you can do this on your own. Okay, please discern for yourself what it is that you need. If you feel like you need the help, reach out. Okay, so let's see what else. So we have the Knight of Swords, decisive action. I'm getting that same energy with, for some of you guys, please, 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 if you feel like you need extra help, please do not hesitate, okay? Because I feel like if you jump into this without knowing what to do, without knowing how to handle this, this could send you into a psychosis. It could literally drive you fucking crazy. Okay? So don't make a decision like that. Okay? Sit with it. Sit with it. That's why I asked you in the beginning, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Talk to yourself. Speak with yourself. See how your body feels. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is heavy burdens. It's time to lay this to rest, okay? Especially with the Ten of Wands. The 10 represents the ending of something, the ending of a cycle, and the beginning of something new. But it's time to lay these burdens down. Also, too, when you are connecting back with your body, they like to say that when we feel burdensome, we feel it in our shoulders, okay? So really really connect with that part of your body. Really connect with your shoulders. Do they feel heavy? Do they feel tense? There's something that you're still holding on to. There's something that you are still carrying. So let's get one more from this deck. Okay, I'm just going to take all those. Okay. All right, so we have the Empress, which is divine feminine. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is reevaluation. And then we have the Tower card again, which is divine intervention. So there may be some sort of mother wound here that is coming up for you guys, okay? If it isn't a mother, a caretaker, it could be a sister, it could be a friend, it could be some sort of relationship, any sort of connection with the feminine. And again, I always say this, it doesn't have to be a female. It can be a masculine who embodies more of the feminine energy. But there is some sort of wound here, okay, that is coming up in that area. We need to go back and we need to look at it, reevaluate it. Where is this coming from? Remember, there is always a root. There is always a root issue to the things that we are experiencing. A lot of people like to sit here and be like, nah, no, there's not. You know, I just have this, this, and that. This is just the way that I am. As somebody who was clinically depressed with an anxiety since the age of frickin' 9, thinking that there was something wrong with me. And then when I got into this work, I've been doing this work for the last 5 years, almost 6 years of my life. And I no longer associate myself with depression, nor do I allow myself to associate myself with anxiety, at least not in the way that I used to. Because when I do, it keeps me stuck and it keeps me there and it keeps me not wanting to move on because it's so comfortable to be in our misery. Even though it sucks, we are so comfortable suffering because it's what we know. It's what we're used to. And like I said, for some of you guys, there's going to be something that happens here. Okay, this is going to be an opportunity. This is going to be an opportunity to be able to level up, to be able to master your emotions. And I'm not saying that you're going to master your emotions with this opportunity. This is going to probably take a lot of times, but this is going to be an opportunity to level up. But for some of you guys will need help. And that is okay. I needed help too. Right now, I'm doing this work on my own. But for a whole year, last year basically, I had a mentor. I had somebody who guided me. And right now, this is a period for me to do this on my own. Don't be ashamed to reach out, okay? It is so important. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and let's get one of these. So let's see, what other information? What other information? Okay, so we have owl, which is, behold, sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. I love that, and I am going to read this out of the book. Let's see, 27. Oh, right there. Cool. All right, and it says, there is no witch or Samhain without the mention of owls. Owls are majestic creatures, often known as old souls. They have fantastic sight and the ability to turn heads 270 degrees. Their energy is one of the vast knowledge and observation. They sit in silence, carefully watching their surroundings for their prey. They do not need to search for what they seek endlessly, as they know that what they seek will soon come to them. Owl has called because you are one of the great keepers of wisdom, even if you don't know it yet. You have knowledge and experience that others need. You have something to share with the world, a voice that must be heard, and healing that must be shared. I love that, because what did I say was at the bottom of the deck? Share your voice. This is a natural path for you, and as the saying goes, when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. You are being asked to expand your spiritual knowledge in the realm of the owl of the night. Some quiet messages and signs wait for you in the unknown void where light is not present. This message is amplified if you have also pulled Greet the Darkness. Do not be afraid of what you cannot see. Trust in your other senses to pick up the load when your eyes are not enough. So again, this is definitely a journey into the unknown, okay? I feel like when we do connect back with our bodies, that is a journey within itself, because we've been so disconnected from this that it's scary of the things that can come up for us. But it's so crucial and it's so necessary to take that journey if you truly want to see change within you and those around you. So let's see. Let's get one of these. What did I say? Oh my God. Okay. I love when my cards do this. Look at the card that came out. I literally mentioned this card earlier, but look, it's the need and necessity card. I love it. I love it when it does this. So what is it that you need? Okay. What do you need? Let's read it. Night and day exist within the very same moment. Creation and destruction wear the same face. You only see one or the other because you are not seeing the whole. What you may see as harmful, another may believe to be good. All is based upon perception. In nature, all occurs according to need and necessity, not right nor wrong. Ask yourself, is there a genuine need to act? Is change necessary for your continued well-being and happiness? If the answer is yes, then act. And if the answer is no, then do not. So what is it that you need to do for yourself? I love that. Okay, and then we have, wow, embrace the dark. Look at that, you guys. Embrace the dark. Oh my goodness. You have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive, that good gives rise to good and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fears of these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not true. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. This is all about embracing you. Like I said earlier, it is about embracing you. This is who you are. And there should be no shame to feel this way. Now, sometimes there is things that we do need to do to change, right? To look at in a different way. Because you may think that anger is bad, right? Because there are some people who use their anger very destructively. But anger can be your motivation to go after something. Maybe somebody hurt you and you're angry, and maybe you want to get revenge on them. But instead of taking revenge, you take back your power and you move the fuck on and you create something beautiful for yourself. And we have the party, celebration, community, and friendship. To celebrate is to experience life at its fullest. Cultivate an air of celebration today through action or by spirit. Invite others to celebrate with you and let yourself enjoy their company. Friendships make life all more sweeter. So the energy that I'm picking up from this is celebrate yourself. Celebrate how far you've come. I think that's one thing, is that we do not celebrate who we are and the work that we have done so far, okay? I think that a lot of us expect validation from the outside world, and when we don't get that validation, it kind of tends to like damper on us, right? This is an opportunity for you to celebrate yourself, to love yourself wholeheartedly, even if these ugly emotions pop up, because they're there for a reason. They're trying to show you something. They're trying to teach you something, but you have to connect with that. And you have to be willing to want to connect. So I'm going to get one more card from this deck, and then I'm going to end the reading off here. So let's see. Let's get one last message. This was a very beautiful reading, you guys, okay? Very, very beautiful reading. I'm not taking all of those because I just want one. Whew. I knew I was feeling spicy when I started this video because I wasn't feeling like that before. I knew this was going to be a good reading. I just felt it. I love shadow work, you guys. It's very uncomfortable in the beginning, you know, to face your shadow, to face your darker self. But one thing is that the more you have the courage to face that aspect of yourself, the more curious you get about it, okay? It doesn't feel like a burden anymore. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like a responsibility. It's something that you actually want to do because you realize that it actually helps you in the long run. And look what's at the bottom again. Again, share your voice. I love that. And then we have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. The more that you engage in this work and inner healing, the more that you rise above this darkness, right? It's not to say that darkness will never be in your life or you will never encounter darkness, but you will learn how to deal with it because you have learned how to master your emotions. You have learned how to become more emotionally mature, more emotionally intelligent. You will know when to respond and when to retract your energy away, because not everything needs a response, right? Some things are better left unsaid. You know what to do. You just have to tap. You have to tap back into that aspect of yourself, because you're not only darkness, but you are also light. You are both. And like I said, we live in such a world that is black and white, good and bad, positive and negative, good and evil, when really everything is at a neutral state. One of my favorite quotes, and I might butcher it, but it goes, you base something off of your own consciousness, like where you are at, because everything is neutral. So how you are seeing something is your own perspective, because even like this book said, and I think it was a need and necessity. Some people may see something as good, you may see it as bad, and vice versa. The world is neutral, but people tend to believe it's just this black and white. It's just dark and light, and that's it. There's nothing more to it. But the more you dive deeper and deeper and deeper into this work, you start to realize everything is neutral. You give meaning to things based on where you are at consciously. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys go and do something that makes you absolutely happy. And thank you so much for being here.